Hello and welcome to the Flourishing Introvert Talks with me, Jo Rawbone. This is the podcast that celebrates the natural gifts of introverts so that we can flourish in all situations. Episode 216, Dealing with the Dream Crushers. The name of this episode was very nearly somewhat different, as I've been rather obsessed with Olivia Rodrigo's song Vampire since it came out. And there are several lines in the song that really resonate with me, and having spoken with a few introverts last week who were on the verge of giving up on their dreams, I knew it was time to release this episode. I probably need to be clear from the start that the dream crushers I speak of can be people in your circle of acquaintances, including family, peers, managers, and keyboard warriors who don't know you from Adam. And as an introvert, and you probably already know this, you're more than capable of crushing your own dreams. How do I know? Because I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt. Want to know the slogan on the front of my t-shirt? Well, here it is. Dream Crusher. Guaranteed to burst your bubble, hold you back and keep you playing small. Yeah, that's not a t-shirt I want to wear too often. I talked about the importance of dreaming our futures into existence back in episode 161. And this episode is going to be the perfect companion episode, in my mind at least. I define dream crushers as those individuals who, knowingly or unknowingly, burst our bubbles by casting doubt on our aspirations, undermining our confidence and dampening our spirits. Do you have people like that in your life? I did, and I eventually distanced myself from them, even the close family members. I think the ones who upset me the most and did the worst damage were those who seemed to take pleasure in their crushing activities. I have a pretty expressive face, so they got plenty of immediate feedback when they were hitting their mark. My bad. Whether through outright criticism, dismissive remarks, or subtle skepticism, dream crushers can place significant obstacles on the journey towards achieving our heart's desires. And yes, I'm using heart here because we need to engage heart and head in our intention setting. However, it's essential to recognise that we, all of us, have the power to rise above their negativity, to reclaim our confidence, and to pursue our dreams with unwavering passion. So please join me as I explore the nature of dream crushers, the impact of their words and actions, and importantly, strategies we can deploy to overcome their influence so you can continue to flourish. As already mentioned, dream crushers come in various forms, ranging from well-meaning friends and family members to outright cynics and detractors. Their motivations may differ, as some are genuinely trying to keep us safe from disappointment and upset, whilst others are somewhat jealous even of our aspirations, of us daring to dream of a different life. But whatever the motivation, the result is often the same. Successful dream crushers sow seeds of doubt and discouragement, causing us to question our abilities and the validity of our dreams. I'm going to share some of the most common types of dream crushers, and as I'm doing so, see which ones you recognise in your life. We'll start with the skeptic. This individual consistently acts from their hardwired negativity bias that all humans are blessed with actually. They inspect and dissect our dreams with a pessimistic outlook, highlighting potential pitfalls and failures without offering constructive solutions. and all positioned as though they're doing us a favour. Their skepticism can chip away at our confidence, making us doubt our abilities. Life with a pessimist can be hard, and you'll need to develop strategies to protect yourself from their negative energy. The next type of dream crusher is the realist. While realism can be valuable, the realist dream crusher presents their logic as a universal truth and therefore the only logic. Sadly, though, this is often a facade for pessimism, but heaven help you if you call them a pessimist. This type of dream crusher may dismiss our dreams as impractical or unrealistic, as they fail to recognise the power of your vision and determination in achieving seemingly improbable goals. You know, one of my mantras is purpose plus passion trumps fear. I use this mantra a lot when I'm dealing with those supposed realists. The next type of dream crusher is the envious. Now, jealousy and envy can drive some individuals to undermine our success and happiness. And whilst we often use those two terms interchangeably, they actually refer to different things. Envy is wanting deeply what somebody else has, like attributes or possessions. Jealousy, on the other hand, is when we feel threatened, protective, or fearful of losing our position or possessions to someone else. Brené Brown describes jealousy as typically involving three people: you, someone you're in a relationship or want to be in a relationship with, and a perceived rival. Envy, on the other hand, usually involves only two people: you and someone else. Envy occurs when you want what someone else has, whether it's their success, their possessions, their relationships, their qualities, or in this case, their purpose, passion, and intentionality behind their mission and dream. And the result is that you can feel a sense of lack or inferiority because of that envy. The envious dream crusher may belittle our achievements or downplay our aspirations to alleviate their own insecurities. The last type of dream crusher that I'm talking about here is the well-meaning protector. These are usually friends or family members who we may have lent on in difficult times. Essentially, they want us to be safe and stay the same, so they express concern for our well-being by discouraging us from pursuing ambitious goals. You don't need to do that, or you've got a great life just now. You don't need to put yourself out there as the online space is full of trolls. Just stay safe here. I'm sure we've all heard versions of that. While their intentions may be rooted in love and care, their protective instincts can inadvertently stifle our growth and potential. We have to be able to make our own mistakes and learn from them. Mollycoddling doesn't work. There's one other dream crusher that I've already mentioned. You. I know that may sound a bit harsh, but when we give our inner critic or our inner saboteur too much credence, it can be as convincing as having a real person muttering at us all day long. So, as you'll have heard about in recent episodes, I need to keep Gladys, my inner critic, and Ronnie, my inner saboteur, in check and discern when they do have a valid point and when they're just being scaredy cats. I'm sure that we're all only too aware of the impact of active dream crushers. It includes diminished confidence, heightened fear of failure, increased self-doubt, and paralysing procrastination or inertia. So if, like me, you're not keen to be in the grip of those things, what can we do? Let me say firstly, loud and clear, don't do what I have done for many years. I stopped sharing my dreams, so they ended up being diminished, and I felt like they were a dirty little secret somehow. I was almost ashamed to own them as my dreams, and then I wondered why I wasn't achieving. Thoughts become things, remember? So if anyone tells you not to share your dreams, do not take that advice. What we need are strategies to weaken the power or to disarm the dream crushers. Here are a few of my favourites, some of the strategies I use now. Number 1, build unassailable belief in your dream and your ability to manifest it. Work with people who help you to clarify your ideas and create a workable plan. That's the very place that we start on the Frustrated to Flourishing program. Remember, you can book your free synergy call with me right now to get you moving in the direction of your dreams. Number 2, be discerning about who you spend time with. If I were a gambler, I'd put money on the fact that you can identify your dream crushers by name. Some of them you won't be able to avoid altogether, but you can limit the type and duration of contact that you have with them. As Kenny Rogers advised, you've got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, and know when to run. You're welcome to that earworm. Number 3, review and reinforce your boundaries. You've probably already gathered I'm a huge fan of boundaries as they define what's acceptable and what's not. I usually describe my boundaries as being like a picket fence. We can all see where it is, but we can chat across it too, so it's not impenetrable. And today I'm going to suggest one more boundary type to disempower dream crushers: the protective bubble. It's a technique I learned while training to be a clinical hypnotherapist. When I need it, I literally step into mine and pull it up around me like a huge soapy bubble. I can see out, others can see in, but it's more robust and less likely to burst. What's so much fun is that whatever weapon is aimed at me that's meant to crush my dreams, it bounces off in comedic fashion. I often end up laughing out loud, which strengthens my resolve. I strongly suggest that you find your own protective bubble, one that works for you. The 4th strategy on my list is to focus on your purpose and vision. No one else needs to get them like you do. Your job is not about convincing people, it's about keeping hope and intentions alive. Think of your dreams like plants or seedlings and feed them whatever they need to stay vibrant, healthy, and motivational to you. Remind yourself of your why and how your life will be different once you're living your dream. There's a very powerful exercise that I learned when I trained as an infinite possibilities trainer with Mike Dooley. It includes speaking of the future as though it were the present. One day I'll share the powerful impact that this has had on so many of my clients. My 5th and final strategy for today is develop resilience. This is about understanding that you're probably not going to silence all of the critics and the skeptics. You're not going to out-logic the realists, and you're not going to soothe the protectors. So when those things come your way, let them bounce off your protective bubble and establish what you can learn from the messages. Which obstacles can you deconstruct? Which can you hurdle over or simply skirt around? There's very little that's totally insurmountable if your why is strong enough. And if you feel yourself wobbling, as we all do from time to time, be with people who build your belief and strengthen your resolve. As Bon Jovi says, "It's my life, it's now or never." And to misquote him, none of us is going to live forever. So please don't forego your dreams, whatever they may be. And do celebrate your progress along the way. A step forward is a step closer after all. Now, how on earth do I bring this episode to a conclusion? Well, dream crushers may cast shadows of doubt and negativity on our aspirations, but with belief, a strong why and resilience, we can rise above their influence and pursue our dreams with confidence, intentionality and joy in our hearts. I recommend that we protect ourselves with an array of boundaries and support ourselves with those who allow our dreams to blossom in glorious technicolor. It's these strategies that enable us to navigate the challenges of negativity and emerge stronger and more determined to realise our dreams. So, never let the dream crushers dim the light of your aspirations. If you enjoyed this episode as much as I did, then please subscribe, rate us and leave a comment, because we know that helps other people find the podcast. And if other people find us, other introverts can flourish.